Alright, this video is going to be about chainsaw maintenance. So, I've already put all the chainsaw apart. I've already finished with the, get my wood in. I've got that one here completely pulled apart too. I've cleaned the air filters out, I've washed them. I'll give you a look at them. Always wash them out. Clean up, there's a little bit of stuff still here. But it's pretty clean. Nice clean underneath. And what we're going to do is, I'm going to show you, like I've already sharpened the chains. You can actually watch another video on that. I've got the chain here, 24-inch chain, 404. I've already sharpened all the teeth on it. All by hand, every one, but we don't need the chain at the moment. We've got the bar here. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean up the bar. We're going to see if the bar needs dressing too. And when they say dressing, you can feel a bit of a burr on here. So what I'll do is I'll go and get my file and we'll give this a dress now. Alright, I've got my file here, we'll dress the bar. We don't need any old files, they need thrown out in the bin. So what we do is move this stuff back. These is cord plates for the bar. Got my bar up. And how you dress them, you get a flat file like this. Just a flat one. Bring it over to the edge. Right, it's all good up there. What you do is just work your hand along it and be careful too, because it can be quite, that's pretty good here, needs a little bit more here. So we're just going to touch that end up here a little bit. I don't want to go get too crazy, but don't damage your sprocket either. What your chain runs on. Right, we can feel straight away when I turn it, right here on this tip of it here. And you can feel it where it's been run along. So just file all the way along. A little bit right in. That's better. Got some down there too. So what I'll do is I'll steam the chain. Right. Got a little bit riding in there, bit of a sharp edge, bit of a burr. Needs a little bit more here, you can feel it. really worried about scratching the bar. I'm not worried about this. Is an old bar, but you would want to pull that firewood, keep the fire halfway in the middle of the bar so you don't end up scratching it like I did. So once you do that, we turn around the other side. We go around and we feel for any burrs. Just some right here at the back. It feels pretty good. We've got them all. We've got a little bit here on the other side of the edge of the bar. What I'll do is I'll just set the bar like this. I'll just get it right like that. Alright, that feels real good. Alright, now after you've dressed your bar, this is one of the biggest things over for people that use chainsaws, is we've got to clean the inside of this bar out. So I've got a pick here. I'm going to show you what you get out of it and why you've got to clean them out. See that stuff there coming out? Where your chain runs. You've got to get all this stuff out. This is one of the most overlooked things when people use chainsaws. They don't clean this stuff out. So you always start at the top. You can use a hacksaw blade edge too, if you haven't got like a pick or a real fine flathead screwdriver. So after you've cleaned that side out, we turn the bar over. We'll get our pick, put it in the other side. And we just run it down, just like that. Just like that. And keep on going. So you've got to make sure you clean out your bar and all them grooves properly. Make sure you get it cleaned out around this sprocket nose too. And this edge right in here. Make sure you're getting it all out. Right, once you've cleaned that out, push all that stuff on the ground so you don't get it all over your clothes. Keep it on the ground. And next we need to get this bar all in the hole. You can see that here. I'll make sure you clean these both out. One on that side. There's one on this side. Once you've cleaned that shit out from your oil and that, this hole here lines up here, so you make sure you get the hole lined up. Alright, now we get our plates back on. I wash the chainsaw every year like this. I degrease them, and once I've degreased all the chainsaw, I check the air filters, you know, go through it, check it all out, and make sure I clean them up. So we put that plate on there, we get our bar. Now you don't want to keep on swapping the bar up and upside down and vice versa. Make sure that oil hole there is clear. Any debris what we just cleaned out, because that's how your bar actually gets oil. So what we do is we drop the bar on the chainsaw, push it right back, and we get our chain. Chain back on it, sprocket. Then we've got to get the chain on the bottom of the bar, like that. Once you do that, yeah, clean our guide bar plate. This is what the oiler goes through on the other side of it, but this is to stop the chain from hitting the side cover, just like the guide these plates. Just goes on there like that. Then we get our side cover, which I've already degreased and cleaned. Sprocket looks good. I'll put a new sprocket on this last year. I was getting wood, so that's already clean. I degreased this too. And we put our bar nuts on. Put your bar nut spanner tool. Alright, just tighten your bar nuts up a little bit, just to pull the bar in and that on it. Right, keep your bar loose. What I want to do is spin the chain. Bar nuts don't feel. Must have been different off this saw. I've got two of the chainsaws the same, so what we do is we tighten up the chain by your tensioner in the side of it here, just like that. And what you do is you hold your end of your bar up on your chainsaw like this, while you tighten your bar nuts up. Just like that. Alright, just spin the chain. Make sure it spins freely. Like that. Next step is to put the cover on. Our air filter is good. I'll give it a good wash and clean. I did a repair on that cover too before it had a crack in it. What I did is I cut a little small plate out and riveted two on it, because you can't get these covers no more, they're obsolete. They're no longer made, or NLA, no longer available. What now do is get a screwdriver out. Get a Phillips head. You want to tighten your screws up. These are not the original screws in the cover. The original ones got lost. Cut a long story short, I had another crankcase and they stripped the screws in it by putting different screws in it, and this one here was stripped, and I could have put a helicoil in it to fix it, and it had a piece broken out the side of it. They got stuck in the tree sometime and smashed this piece out of the other crankcase I got. So, and it damaged the rubber, and I did use some Devicon to make a piece for it, put it back together, but then I seen another crankcase come up for sale one day, and I swapped the whole chainsaw over. I stripped it completely. I wish I got a video of it actually, but I wasn't making videos of them. So we just want to tighten them up. There's screws. You don't need to do these up too tight. Alright, that's 288 back together. I was pissed off about the decal too. The piece broke off at once. I don't even know exactly how. They wanted something like $40 for another one, so I never rode it. As you can see, it's got the original muffler on it. And I've took the screen out of the muffler, so it's got less back pressure. The spark arrestor in it. Took the screen out and give it some more power. And this one's running a Meteor cylinder, 54mm Meteor. And I will start it up shortly, not right now. So what we'll do is sit that one on the ground, sit this one down on the ground, and we've got another one to do. This is another, this one's another 288. That one was running the bigger air cleaner. This is running the original air cleaner, the original cylinder. It's done very little work, this one. This is exactly how I got it. And this is the side cover. This is the original side cover. It's still got the sticker on it. And I put some Devicon on it because the side cover was busted. The inside of it here. So I'll re-Devicon that. And I filed it down. That piece was broken out of it completely. It was a too good a side cover to throw away. And yeah, I just Deviconed it up with face metal. It was, or fact metal, aluminium repair stuff, and I've put some sticky tape across the back. And how I did it is I turned the side cover up like that. I poured the Devicon in there, spread it all around all the edges, and then once it dried, I pulled the tape off it and I filed it. That's how I fixed the side cover. And then a crack in it here, and that's the original one off it. This whole chainsaw is original, and it's running the original sprocket too. This is Husky's original sprocket. If it was an aftermarket, it'd be just like a solid round one. But this is the original sprocket off this chainsaw. It's done hardly any work. And I'll have to put a chain catcher on here too. I'll have to get one for that. I think I've got a bag of spares in the shed. I need to get a chain catcher for that. The actual chain come off it. Here the other day. Yesterday. I was getting the last load of wood. It come off at that. And that's the original guide plate on it too. What you see here. This is all factory Husqvarna. As you can see, it's nice and neat, and it's not a piece of shit like I had to make them other guide plates on that other one. But yeah, that was a very low hour chainsaw. Here's the other guide plate to it. This is the original off it. I bloody mangled that up a little bit. I'll straighten that out. I'll do that now. I'll get a hammer. I'll just bang that out. Chain mangle it over a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll get a hammer and show you how to do that. What we'll do is we'll do it sitting on the ground. whenever you want to get something like this back into shape, where it's been burnt over by the chain, just take your time. Don't go mangling it all up. Just hit it with the back of your claw hammer. You'll work it out. Just like that. It's almost perfect now. How it originally was. It's a little bit here. Them claw hammers on these things on the back, when you got one bust, that geez, they're handy for some of this stuff. We can just tap it out. This is how I made the other one for the other chainsaw. Same way as this. Just make sure when you're hitting it, you keep that flat on the ground, so that way when you're hitting it, it straightens it out. All that. Beautiful. Just go a little bit more here. Good enough for me. Obviously you don't have to worry about that, but I'm going to have to do something about this chain catch, so might search around now and see if I can find one of them. What I do is always carry these parts. I've got a muffler bracket and throttle triggers and oil pump worm gear, and I've got a chain guide thing in it, and I've got a muffler bracket. I've got a new oil pump and stuff inside, and got a pull starter spring here too, and I've got a heap of spark plugs and, you know, other stuff, because I've got two of these 288 Husqvarna chainsaws, so I always carry spins for them when I'm getting good, like especially stuff like this, because if one goes down I've got another one, but I've also got the parts I can make adjustments for the distance. But unfortunately I don't have a chain cat. I'm going to have to get one of them. I have to write it down and order a couple in, because the other one's shabby on the other chainsaw too. So yeah, I'll get a couple of them. It always keeps the throttle mechanisms and that, and starter spring and that and that. And I always got fuel on and stuff for them too. And always keep all that sort of crap. This is my other bar here, what I've got. This one's not very old, that I brought to try out. It's called a logger. So what we do is we'll wipe it over first. We've got to clean out the guide bar. And getting back to that chain catcher, like, you know, some people might think, you know, you can get another one off another Husqvarna if you got like a 268 or something. A lot of these chain catchers, they're not all the same. Like, you know, these Husqvarna clutches, a 268 clutch won't fit a 288. It's the same with the muffler. They might look identical, but they're not the same. It's like the air filter. Like this one's got a fur filter on it, and the 268, it's got like a nylon filter. It's not fur like that. And the covers on the 288 are 20mm bigger than the 268, so even though they look the same, they won't fit. And yeah, just, you know, if anyone thinks, oh, you can get the skip parts off, you know, another one, or you think like that, it's not the case. But this is maintenance you should do all the time by cleaning these bars out. Because this is how your chain gets oil. And what happens is, if this is blocked up, like really blocked up this bar like this is, the actual chain won't get oil, and what will happen is the bar will get hot. You'll get bloody burn marks all on your bar. You'll get burn marks on the tip of it here. It'll take all the paint completely off it, and it'll be all burnt around it because the bar will get that hot and you'll actually see it start smoking. Well, that's actually because the oil holes here are blocked. The bar inside it here is absolutely full of crud, and the chain can't get oil. So, you know what I mean? Just simple things. Just got to get rid of that crud. Like you can see that crud there, it come out of it. You can use a little like, you know, flathead screwdriver to get in there. The best one to get in there into that groove, you're going to use a screwdriver, is one we can tune up a real fine, very thin one. Actually get into it properly. Which I'm going to get one in there right now because I can't get into that groove properly. So I've got one here. It's a real small one. It's got a very long tip. It's flat and it's very narrow. It fits into these bars. Beautiful. Get into every nick and cranny in the bar. You can drag any of that crap out. Move that stuff back and then get that stuff on the ground. Don't really want to get on the other chain at all. Right, now we need to clean these holes out here where the oil goes. Poke our screwdriver in there. Perfect. Right. Put a new bearing in that before. It's a little bit squeaky. Alright, now that oil hole in that bar right here goes into there on that guide plate. This is where your oil comes out that hole there, and that hole in that bar sits over exactly over that. So you put your bar on just like that. And of course, before I even pull the chainsaws apart, I always sharpen all the chains. They're always shiny. Teeth are always shiny when you sharpen them. That's how you know if the chain's been sharpened or not. Like the shiny teeth, you should always sharpen the chain all the time. Like obviously, I always sharpen my chainsaws every time I get a ute and trailer load of wood. So every ute and trailer, they'll probably cut a ute load each. You know what I mean? And after work, as long as you don't hit no rocks or anything. If you hit rocks or something, you'll be the chainsaw will be deemed useless. the side cover up. Chain. Like that. I think the tension it's not too loose this, so I'll just turn it just a little bit. I'll bend your bar up, tighten it. Don't have to tighten your bar up too tight. Alright. Now, I did undo that air cleaner here yesterday because I had to clean it all out. Yeah, nice and tight still. Alright. It's nice and clean in there. So I always wash them. And this is the original colour off it. Still got the stickers on it. And only difference is of this one, this 54mm, is this Husky didn't come out with a decompression valve on it. And the spark plug's pretty new. Which is tight now. Screws up. And this was the original cover that come with this chain, so it's just faded. They always go like that, these plastic, but that is the original for it. And they're the original screws too. As you probably already know, a real good Husky expert would already know that. But no, they're the original screws and the original cover. I could have showed you then what year it is, but in the cover it has 1988. These are 88s, and it's even got it stamped in the 1990. Actually, this is. I don't think you'll be able to see that, but it's 1990 stamped in this cover, and that it would be on the side cover too. Sometimes it's in the, like, you know, on the different bits of plastic, the years of it. So what I do is, because these ones, these are going back in the storage now, I'm not going to use these chainsaws. So what we'll do is I'll fill them both up with petrol and oil. So we'll get that. Pick this one up. Just move that back just a little bit. And I'll get my gas. I've only got my can of petrol. Fill them up. Always store the chainsaws with full tank of petrol in. I never leave them empty. And surprisingly, after 12 months of sitting, they do not leak any petrol. A very minimal amount will disappear when they're sitting. So when you open them back up, 12 months time, you'll be, you know, they'll be still full. I always fill the oil back up in them. Like that. So they've both got full tanks of oil. And I'll start them up and we'll leave them idle. Spin the bars in them. And they'll be ready to be put away. And what I do after that is on the exhaust of them, I'll get tissues and I'll jam in the exhaust of them. I'll poke tissues in there when I store them. So let's fire them up. What I'll do is I'll leave these to cool down. I'll give them a run because I'll give them a wash and won't dry out any moisture or anything in them. I washed them yesterday, so today they haven't been wet today. I left them to dry out and they're both running good. So once they cool down, I'll plug the mufflers, but I've got one other thing to do yet. I've got to bar grease. So what we need to do is bring it up, grease the tip over. You can see they're getting oil properly. See the oil running down the bar. See that? Chain's getting plenty of oil. Always run them like that before I ever put them away. Always wipe them too. See it dripping everywhere. You bloody grease. Any new grease that doesn't seem to be going on this bloody thing. Bloody brand new greaser. It seems to be having problems. It's distributing grease, but it's making a hell of a mess. This is a useless piece of shit. You can see it in there coming out in the sprocket. See that grease in there? You can see it going into the it's not pumping it heaps though. It's only letting the little amounts go through. That might explain more. The junk's all cracked. Yep. That's what's going on, but it still works, so that new one's cracked. Alright, so once we do that, I'm going to wipe that grease off it. Go down and wipe the tip of the bar. Any of that oil. And I'll go and get my bar. Alright, put the bar cover in. See that that's all there. The next one's to rub in. You can see the oil on the chain. It's you can see the oil in the cover here, so where it's coming out. Bar a bit of water. Try and pump some grease into this one. Right, wipe it. Put the bar cover on. Next step is I'll get the tissues and I'll show you what to do. Alright, just grab a tissue like this, keep it all whole. Just go ram it in the exhaust. Get another tissue. Ram it at the back of it. Just like that. Nothing can get in the cylinder. And that's for storage. That's how I store them. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe down below. And yeah, have a great day. And be safe when working with chainsaws. This is me wood heap. 5 days work. Give you a look at it.